Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Mick Alphanine. So as usual, we have a lot of good things going on with Ripple and XRP today. Things continue to look bright in the SEC case. And here we have two postings. These are actually two articles that Ripple retweeted on their Twitter account. And so let's take a look at this one here. This goes as such. Anthony Welfare from Ripple on the future of money. Tokenizing the future of innovation with CBDCs, stablecoins, and digital assets. So before we really get into this, I just want to break down this title here. We all know that Ripple is deep with CBDCs, but a lot of people don't know that stablecoins are pretty much a light version of CBDC. Even if you look at the algorithmic stablecoins and the one-to-one back stablecoins that are from like blockchain companies, they set the standard, but they're not where everything is going to end. As you see, you heard the leader of Quant, Gilbert Verdian, speak about commercial stablecoins. So I personally believe that many banks will be issuing their own stablecoins in the future. We already saw the precedent set by the oldest bank in Europe issuing their stablecoins. At least it was, I believe it was like a test, but they issued their stablecoin, I think it was last year, on Stellar. You can look that up. So I think all banks will actually involve themselves in issuing stablecoins. So Ripple can be deep with stablecoins as well. Stablecoins, as you see, will need liquidity. I think everything right now is showing that it needs liquidity. So all of these crypto don't collapse. And that's where Ripple comes in. That's where XRP comes in, because XRP, with what it can do, it can provide the biggest possible liquidity pool, liquidity cushion in the history of mankind. That is not a joke. When you're talking about a company that has hundreds of financial institutions set up to use them in the future, we're talking about generational wealth coming to the way of the holders. I mean, if everything goes according to plan. So let's just take a look at this article just for a brief moment here. And it says, Ripple is one of the first companies to talk about the concept of the Internet of Value. Could you please briefly present it? I guess they're asking questions here. What are the main activities that occur within the Internet of Value concerning businesses? Ripple's response. Ripple is a crypto solutions company that transforms how the world moves. Okay, so that's really important for newcomers to understand. I think a lot of old holders have to be reminded as well. We're here for all the money. So Ripple is a for-profit company that has a vested interest to take in as much money as possible, just like Alphanine, which, by the way, please, if you love this channel, don't ad block me. Please let me make a little bit of something, okay? I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. So if you have love for me, let those ads do what they do. I would really appreciate that. But Ripple is a for-profit company who has a vested interest to bring in as much money as possible. So they're going to go out there and establish more banking relationships, more financial industry relationships. And as they do more and more, it's going to be hard for us to calculate what type of money those companies are going to be bringing in. But at the same time, the more companies they bring in, large financial institutions, the bigger or higher rather that price of XRP can go. So, it was a long time ago, a lot of people that didn't understand XRP, they frowned at the possibility that a crypto with such a high circulating volume, right? And a high total volume, billions. They frowned at the possibility of it going to $20 and $25. Don't get me wrong. Us XRP holders, we know better than that, don't we? Yes, we do. But now they concede because they've seen the evidence. They've seen the proof of the partnerships. They understand the potency of the partnerships, that it's not far-fetched that XRP might blow past $20 at some point in the future. I'm not talking about right now. And this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but they understand now XRP can blow past $20. Let me tell you something. XRP gets to $10. There's millionaires already made. Heck, it gets to $10, $8, $10. There's multi-millionaires made. There's people with a ton of XRP, a ton of XLM, a ton of Algorand. Millionaires will be made. You get into past $10, multi-millionaires are made all over the place. You get up to $20, once again, multi-millionaires are made. XRP can reach those prices quite easily, honestly, as long as it does what it's supposed to do. That's not far-fetched, and there's no telling, because we're in uncharted waters, just how much banks will utilize XRP. I personally feel that they'll take over everything. They're going to take over XRP. I feel like they will probably take over XLM as well. And I believe that they will take a large percentage of Algorand. I really do. And I think that by them doing that, they will raise the price up to a place where they will take it out of the hands of the retail investor who really never really was intended to hold some of these coins, like especially XRP is not for retail. Retail was just sort of a necessary evil because Ripple needs money to operate, just like Stellar. Stellar liquidates XLM to fund different projects that it wants to succeed, right? So it takes your money and it gives it to them. That's what it does. That's how it functions. So it was sort of a necessary evil to bring in retail. And I say that in that way because retail has so much volatility, right? And volatility is obviously not what the banks want. So now, I mean, it can work the other way as well. So the banks can buy as much or all of the XRP, actually. I mean, the ones that we don't hold, they can buy all of that, while Ripple holds some so they can make a profit because they make a profit from XRP. So let's just make sure we have that clear. And so, yeah, they can take a large percentage off the market. So let's continue on here. This article is actually very interesting. I'm having a little bit of fun here. It says, and together with partners and larger developer community, we identify use cases where crypto technology will inspire new business models and create opportunities for more people. With every solution, we're realizing a more sustainable global economy, planet, and increasing access to inclusive and scalable financial systems with leveraging while leveraging carbon neutral blockchain technology. That is a masterful 2 sentences. They covered everything. They covered the greenness of XRP, sustainability, scalability, that they want to help all the people. So they're pleasing all of the world so they can accept this when this technology goes forward. Like they covered everything in 2 sentences. Absolutely brilliant. But let's continue on here. It says, this is how we deliver on our mission to build crypto solutions for a world without economic borders. With the Internet of Value, a value transaction such as a foreign currency payment can happen instantly. Just as how people have been sharing words, images. So we know all that information. Let's fast forward just a little bit to this section here titled Focusing on Tokenizing. What are tokens and what can we do with them? It says, we all hear the daily references to tokens and tokenization, which is the representation of a digital asset. We all know the original blockchain token of Bitcoin, which has taken several years to grow, adapt, and has now become an important part of private, corporate, and governmental financial systems. Actually, I believe Bitcoin will be even bigger. Honestly, like all the crypto that will be regulatory compliant, and they will bring Bitcoin on board because there's so many people that are powerful that hold Bitcoin and want Bitcoin to go to a high price. It will be a rich person's coin at some point, in my humble opinion. It already sort of is, but no, it will go much, much higher in my humble opinion. But all of those who are regulatory compliant will explode. Let's continue on here. It says, we are in a world where you can literally tokenize anything from commodities to financial assets, real estate, wine, cars, art, and many more. So we see some of those things already being tracked by VeChain and tokenized on VeChain and other things. Art, of course, we have art NFTs everywhere, but commodities, financial assets, real estate, these things are going to be huge. They are going to be key in the price of XRP exploding. And when you see those catalysts, you got to keep your eyes on the catalysts. Everything's not just about the charts. I'm not saying don't look at your charts. You should take everything in a balanced way. That's how you get to the money. But pay attention to the catalysts. Of course, I believe we have a very rough patch coming up, in my humble opinion, unless governments around the world and central banks can get their act together and actually stabilize things. Then we're in for a bit of a rough patch. But once we can make it through that rough patch, the bull run will begin again and prices will explode. But you can only determine when the bull run begins by the catalyst. If we're talking about utility era, the utility era, we're right on the cusp of it. It's very, very close at hand. However, there must be regulatory clarity and you have to have the proper catalyst. So let's continue here. It says, what is a digital asset? A digital asset can be defined as a representation of information tracked on a blockchain that confers ownership, access rights, representation, voting rights, or utility. Look how many things are going to be brought in. All of that screams money and power. Voting rights is power. Utility, power. Representation, power. People want all of these things. They desire these things. When you have a product that people desire, they're going to pay big money for it, right? Corporations and institutions, businesses are going to pay big money to have a piece of that. It says access rights, rights and ownership, confers ownership. This type of stuff is big money stuff. This is very important. It's very powerful. And you want to bring that in to your bank coin, whether you're XRP, Algorand, XLM, because you want both. You want both things. You don't just want all the money. You want all the power as well. What is all the money worth if you don't have power and control over it? You get what I'm saying? So let's continue on here. It says, and security tokens in the context of the enterprise setting, digital asset use cases can relate to tracking of information assets, utilizing tokens for payments as stablecoins and transactionally internally, accessing products and services, paying for them, raising, financing, and the tokenized representation of assets. Now, let's not kid ourselves. Whenever Ripple talks, it's talking about XRP. It's talking about Ripple. They don't have a vested interest in anything else. They're not here to help all the other blockchains, even though a lot of what they do, because they're at the forefront, it helps all of the other blockchains. Let's make no mistake about it. But when they're talking about XRP. So this tells me they want XRP to do everything. So while in the past we speculate about that, we have proof right here. Okay, so let's continue on here. This section is titled World Economic Forum. It says the World Economic Forum, for example, projects that 10% of the world's GDP will be tokenized by 2027. I think we went over this. Maybe I posted this in the members only section recently. It says, how will businesses and individuals be impacted? So I think we did go over this one time before. So we're going to slide over to another article, because I wanted to go over that previous article. Is so powerful for those who expect generational wealth out of XRP. And you can see how they want to bring all of the value to the XRPL. And I believe that they will do a very, very good job at bringing a great amount. I won't say all, but a great amount of value to the XRPL. So we have this article here. This is actually posted on LinkedIn. I've never seen an article on LinkedIn before, but there's a first time for everything. It's titled The Other Great Merge. Let's scroll down to the section here. It's titled Inside Out. And it goes as such. It says, in this approach, firms with strong crypto roots work as trusted partners for financial institutions. This includes building payment solutions that are fully compliant, and regulated across multiple geographies to support financial institutions and leverage the power of crypto within their existing solutions or products. Ripple, for example, falls into this bucket, having integrated with hundreds of financial institutions. There we go again. So you have it already. You have it right there. Hundreds of financial institutions. They're telling you again. It says it is already integrated. It says having integrated. So it's already integrated. The XRPL is ready to be used, but they just haven't stepped in yet. Let's continue on. It says, having integrated with hundreds of financial institutions, we deeply understand the needs, constraints of financial institutions in unleashing the benefits of crypto to their end users. Additionally, there is an entire subset of companies such as Chainalysis, TRM Labs, Fireblocks, who are powering value-added offerings to fill in the fiat to crypto gaps for compliance, DeFi, and other areas to safely introduce crypto services to FIs. It says, this approach includes companies providing crypto offerings directly to end customers who across each of the geos, while the integration with the rest of the traditional financial infrastructure is limited. This allows users to directly tap into the benefits of crypto and in some sense shapes their expectations of their financial institution, and in turn increases the pressure on financial institutions to up their crypto offerings driven by external forces. In the future, we will see the same trajectory with crypto services. FIs, financial institutions that don't adapt, will be left behind. So this is what I was saying before. They have to adopt the cryptos. They literally need what we have. And that's going to cause the prices to absolutely explode whenever this goes off. Now, I couldn't find it in this document here, but somewhere in this document, it literally says that there are institutions sitting on the side waiting for regulatory clarity. And that's what I was trying to find. I wish I would have highlighted it maybe or something like that. But it is in one of these documents, either this one or the other one that we just finished reading. And it's true. There are so many large financial institutions that are waiting for the outcome of the SEC case. They do not want to step on the toes of the SEC. It doesn't matter where they are in the world. They don't want to step on the toes of the United States government. OK, the United States government has a lot of power, and that's not a power that you want to to test or play with. Okay. And there's a lot of business connections all around the world. It's really a one world system already. They just don't go by that name. So on many levels, it's that a one world system. So they have to play things according to the rules. And right now, for whatever reason, the United States government has a lot of power and they control the rules. So there's a lot of money on the side. And this is why they can declare in this article here that there's hundreds of financial institutions that are integrated with XRPL already. But then you'll ask yourself, well, why doesn't the price explode? Because they're waiting. They have to wait. All right. They're waiting for this case to be over. They're waiting for this case to come to a conclusion. Now, I don't know if that means they're going to flip the switch at that time and everything's going to explode because the case is over. I don't know. I don't know about that. I think more logically, they would begin like more rapidly testing it out, more rapidly increasing infrastructure. I mean, the integration can go a little bit deeper. I think that's what will happen, but we shall see. So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, let's get to the money.